In today's lesson, we are going to work with inequality word problems. We have three objectives. First is, can we define the variable, write an inequality to model the word problem, and then solve the inequality in order to answer the question. So in example 1, Sarah has $230 saved right now and plans to save another $15 each week. How many weeks will it take her to save at least $845? So what's the question asking? It's asking how many weeks. So that means we're going to say that x equals number of weeks. Then we're going to write the inequality. So what do we know about Sarah right now? Well, currently she has $230. And then she's going to save another $15 every single week. So x is number of weeks, and because 15 is for each week, that's how we know that goes with x. Now, if she wants to have at least, that's going to be greater than or equal to. So she wants greater than or equal to $845. Now, I will tell you one thing. For your inequality, the general setup is you do your start value plus, sometimes it could be minus, your rate times x, and then you have your total, right? And then you have like your inequality symbol here. Now it could be a greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or less than. Anyways, we just wrote the inequality, now we're going to solve. So we're going to have subtract 230 on both sides. So we get 15x is greater than or equal to. If we do 845 minus 230, that's 615. And then we're going to divide by 15. X is greater than or equal to 41. So Sarah would need to save for at least 41 weeks. All right, let's look at example 2. So Brad makes $16.50 per hour at his job. How many hours would he need to work this week to make at least 350? So how many hours would he need to work? That's what we're being asked. So x equals number of hours worked. Now let's see, does Brad start with anything? No, he doesn't start with any money. So he makes $16.50 for every hour that he works. And he wants to make at least $350. So this is one step. We're going to divide by 1650 on both sides. And when we do that, let's see what we get. So we're going to do 350 divided by 1650, which is 21.21, and that repeats. Now, this is how many hours he's got to work. He's not going to work for 0.21 of an hour. So this says that x is greater than 21.21. So we would say that it's going to be 22 hours. And we would say that Brad must work for 22 hours. Now, it's not 22 hours in a row. It's just he has to work 22 hours total to reach his 350. All right, example 3. Your data plan allows up to 10 gigabytes per month. You've already used 4.5 gigabytes, and you use about 0.8 gigabytes per week streaming videos. How many more weeks until you exceed your limit? So it's how many more weeks. So x is going to equal number of weeks. If you don't want to write the word number, you can use the number symbol. That's up to you. So let's see, what do we know about the data plan? So right now, the start is that we have used 4.5 gigabytes. And every week, we're going to use another 0.8 x. Now, we can't go over our plan, so it's going to be less than or equal to 10. That's the total that we have. So to solve this, we're going to subtract 4.5. We're going to get 0.8x is less than or equal to 5.5. And then I'm going to divide by 0.8. So So 5.5 divided by 0.8 is going to be 6.875. Now again, I want to know how many weeks. So without being able to go over. So if this says less than right now, I have to go, well, what's less than 6.8? It's going to be 6 and only 6. So we would say that you have 6 weeks until you run out of data. If you actually try to do the 7th week, you'll go over the data and then you no longer have it.